Hey guys, welcome back to the channel on a nice crisp Sunday here in Virginia. Today I have the brand new Yema Navygraf Pearl CMM.20 limited edition. I reviewed one of these watches about 5 years ago, not this obviously particular model, but I reviewed a Superman maxi dial and I really liked it. Interesting company out of France. I really do like their watches. This model number is way too long to read off, so I'll put it obviously down there in the description field. Anyway, this has a micro-rotor, which I've never reviewed a watch with a micro-rotor before, which I think is incredibly cool. And first I want to thank Yema for sending me this review unit. This is a prototype, and I found one little discrepancy on the watch, and I'll tell you about that here in just a second. And that's probably because it is a prototype, it's not the finished watch. Anyway, I'm super excited. Let's check this thing out. All right, guys, we're getting into this watch, but first check out my Amazon shopping channel if like any of the other watches I've reviewed on my channel. As y'all know, I get a very small commission if you buy anything from my Amazon store, and you know, Christmas is coming up. So if you head on over there and buy anything, I do get a very small commission, so I appreciate it if you decide to do that. So this is, I guess, typical packaging. Actually, their packaging from the watch I reviewed a long time ago was a lot less elaborate. So this actually is a real wood box. What have you got here? Got some sort of little pamphlet. Let me see what this says. Yeah, it's just basically, it's just advertisement stuff. You know, the company started back in 1948. It's just advertisement. So who cares about that? Got this little protective, real wood, by the way. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. Let me see. This box is heavy, guys. Good grief. All right. So there is the box. Get this out of the way. All right, so really nice wood box. You have like a little plaque. It's got the Yema logo, or Yema. I think I'm gonna say Yema. Anyway, you got a little plaque right there. I thought this was a button to release the box, but it's not. That's my one little gripe, that this box doesn't actually, it's got a little, like a little guide hole in a pin. There's your first look at the watch, by the way. It's got a little hole right here that this little pin is supposed to go into, but it doesn't snap in. It just kind of, I don't know, snugs. It kind of snugs in there. I think the watch inside is a little too tall for the case to close and kind of like for this to kind of not really snap, but it kind of clicks in place. Anyway, that's something maybe they can fix. Who knows? Anyway, again, here's your first look at the watch. Let's go ahead and take this out. You've got a card in here. I'm assuming this is their, yeah, this is their, it's metal, by the way. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's their 5-year warranty card. There you go. 5-year warranty, really, really nice warranty. Let's go ahead and put that back in there. Let's take the watch off the pillow. And I'm super excited to be reviewing a watch with a micro-rotor. Really, really cool. All right. So here you go. It's a good looking watch. Now, the mother of pearl is not my favorite because it does hinder legibility just a little bit. I prefer, you know, a solid color dial, something, you know, to contrast those hands and second hand. But not a big deal. I mean, it's not like you can't tell the time. And of course, it also depends on the light that you're into. So really, really cool mother of pearl dial and mother of pearl bezel. All right. Let's go ahead and get this stuff out of the way. And again, I want to thank Yema for sending me this review. And again, this is a prototype. It doesn't have a serial number on the back. And before I get into it, I noticed something. On the dial, I don't know if y'all can see this or not, it says 200 meters. But on the Caseback, it says 30 bar. Let me see if I can find it. There it is, right there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Right there. It says 30 bar, right where my finger's pointing. So again, prototype. I'm sure they're going to fix this in the production model. But what we'll do is we'll go over all the 7 specs that you need to know, and then we'll talk much more in depth about this watch as we go along. So you're looking at a 39 millimeter stainless steel case. It's only 9.7 millimeters thick and 3.7 millimeters just for the rotor. So it's a very, very thin movement. It's 46 millimeters lug to lug. Comes on a 19 millimeter stainless steel bracelet with a dive extension. Water resistance, again, I'm going by the dial, is 200 meters, which is 660 feet. And you get the Calibre manufacturer Morteau. Basically, this is the Yema's in-house movement made in Morteau, France, and it has a 70-hour power reserve, which I think is incredibly cool. The front Sapphire crystal has an AR coating. I don't know if the back one does, but the back is also Sapphire. Of course, check out down there in the description field, it's got a signed Screwdown crown with Crownguards. It is an Exhibiion Caseback. No date, no day. Super-LumiNova BGW9. Anyway, check down there for all the specs about the watch. I think it's just incredibly cool. I've never reviewed a Micro-Rotor watch before, so this is really cool to me. Again, prototype, so it's not going to be the finished product. The finished product will only have 200 of these made. It does come in another colorway that's darker, but it's not limited edition like this one is. Again, I reviewed a Superman Maxi dial about 5 years ago, and I really, really liked it. I think they make great watches, man. Again, the mother of pearl makes the legibility just a tad bit hindered, but it's not really bad. But again, that in-house movement, the CMM.20 is the real star here. And the advantages of a Micro-Rotor are you can make the watch very, very thin, and you can show off the movement. And you can do that because you don't have a rotor. In fact, let's go ahead and show you. There you go. You don't have a rotor blocking a movement, so you can see the whole movement, and you don't have a big rotor on top blocking everything. So that is actually made out of tungsten, that Micro-Rotor, so it's really heavy. And because it's thicker, it's kind of like a countermeasure to a wider, thinner rotor mounted on top. This one's smaller but thicker, so it can still rotate just like the regular rotor would if it had been mounted on top. So I could stare at this Caseback forever. I love this thing. I just think it's incredibly cool. The rotor is signed as well. You can see all the, it's made in France. You can see the movement number. Again, it doesn't have a serial number because this is just a prototype. I just love this thing. Again, that 30 bar, I think that was that was a mistake. It's just a really, really cool movement. And, they're putting Sapphire in the back of here as well. And it's a Screwdown Caseback. Just incredibly, incredibly cool. So let's check out the rest of the watch. Of course, you have your dive extension right here. And I will tell you, this watch is a little bit too small for my 8-inch wrist. Actually, is it 8.5-inch wrist? I can't remember. I've lost like 20 pounds, guys. So anyway, I think my wrist size has gone down to about an 8 now. Anyway, 8-inch wrist, nice milled scissor clasp. You got the Yema logo right there. Pretty cool. See if I can get it in focus for you. There we go. Anyway, there's the logo. Really, really nice bracelet. Great articulation. It does use pin and collar. I wish they would use screws. I wish they would use screws on all bracelets instead of pin and collar. But here's the rest of the watch. You have a signed crown right there, screw down crown with some crown guards. Bezel action is nice. Oh yeah. Wow, really, really nice bezel. Got a little bit of back play, but no big deal. 120 click, by the way, unidirectional. Let's go ahead and line this thing up. See how it lines up. Oh, good. Lines up nicely. There we go. The hands, the dial, the hands are kind of a sword style. They're really thin. Again, no day, no date. But it's applied indexes, but I'm telling you, man, this thing it's really nice. It's very well made. You can feel the quality of this watch for sure. And right here on the scissor clasp, I don't know if y'all can read that. Manufacturer in France. Founded in 1948. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. My finger is. Hope the camera is getting that in focus. Right there, Yema. Looks like it's still a sticker on there. So I think it's a great watch, man. Again, I could just stare at that Caseback forever. Beautiful movement. Absolutely gorgeous movement. You got the Geneva striping there. You got the Yema logo. You've got the Yema logo on the Micro-Rotor. It's just a beautiful movement to look at, guys. Absolutely stunning. Really, really cool. That's probably the best shot I can get for you. Interesting, interesting watch, man. I love the fact how thin it is. 9.75 millimeters. Super thin. And that movement itself is very, very thin as well. So let's go ahead and try it on. It is, guys, a little bit tight on me, but I can get it on. It's just a little too tight. I probably need another link for it to be comfortable. There you go. See, that's the problem with the mother of pearl. It's just really blingy. And I would probably go for the darker mother of pearl version. Again, that's not limited to 200 units like this one's going to be. Or they also have other watches with a Micro-Rotor. I'll have to check those out as well. But it sure is pretty, man. I mean, it's definitely a good looking watch. Now, so far as functionality goes, with that dial being so kind of blingy, that's up to you. Of course, most people don't dive anyway, so You really don't need the legibility if you're never going to dive. There you go. You can see the bracelet is all the way extended with that dive extension right there. So anyway, all right, let's go ahead and test out the Lume. Man, this thing is tight. There we go. Let's cut the studio lights off. Let's cut these monitors off. Let's check out this, I think it's BGW9. Yeah, it's BGW9 Lume. So let's check this out. Cut everything off. Yema's, guys, Yema's coming up, man. This is a fantastic watch. All right, let's check out this Lume. Looks like the little triangle on the bezel is lumed as well. That's cool. There you go. I mean, it's great lume. I can't tell if those markers aren't lumed, just the triangle. Definitely check out their website, because if this is not the watch for you, I guarantee you they would have a watch for you. Again, I'd probably go for a Micro-Rotor movement with a different dial. But man, this thing is a nice looking watch for sure. All right, let's go ahead and cut everything back on. Tell me what you think of this watch. Tell me if any of y'all have a Yema. I'd love to know your thoughts on the company. I'd love to know your thoughts on their watches if you actually have one. And let me know what you think of this one. I think it's fantastic. Again, maybe not my colorway, but it feels very well put together. It's definitely a quality watch. And that movement, God, that movement is so cool. That's just incredibly cool. Really, really nice. Again, I could just stare at that thing forever. Really, really cool. Very nice watch. All right, guys, if you want to get one of these, head on over to Yema's website. These are $25.49. You can also get them again on a rubber strap. If you get it on the stainless steel bracelet, that's going to add $320 to the watch. It's up to you. You know, if you like rubber straps, get the rubber strap. Save yourself $320. Or if you're a stainless steel bracelet guy like I am, you know, spend the extra money, get it on a bracelet. I love that dive extension. So anyway, guys, it's been about it for this one. As always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. I really appreciate when you do that. I have probably got, honestly, guys, 30 watches in queue. I mean, I've got stuff coming from everywhere. I've got some more fine Swiss watches. I've got a really cool Oris coming up. I've just got tons and tons and tons of watches. So anyway, guys, it's been about it for this one. I will talk to y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.